Yo, buenos dias. Oh, crap. I can't even speak Spanish anymore. Yo, buenos dias. What up, you guys? John's Moto Garage. Welcome back to the channel. I totally failed on my New Year's resolution of doing at least one video per week. I didn't even do a video the last month, so I don't know what the heck is going on. As you can see, the garage is in complete disarray right now. We got a bunch going on. Bike boxes, sneak peek, new mountain bike that I picked up. Super stoked. Hopefully I'll be doing my inaugural ride on this bike here, and you can jump over to my other channel, John's Stunt Garage. Maybe I'm gonna name that, I may change that name at some point in the future, but that's where I'm throwing up my mountain bike content. So I feel terrible. Buddy of mine got this bike. Long and the short of it is his son bought the bike up in Utah, and let me know what you think about this, because I feel like this is kind of messed up. So his son doesn't have a license and had never ridden before. Went to a dealership, bought the bike, I believe dropped it in the parking lot, and the dealer then took it and replaced a couple parts, probably charged him a crap ton of money for it. Then he ended up taking the bike home. I don't know that he ever rode it even a single time. So you can see it's got like this little blemish here, you know, just the typical tipped over in a parking lot going like 2 miles per hour. And I know the dude's an adult and he made the decision to buy the bike, but I don't know, it's kind of crazy to me that you can sell a bike to somebody who doesn't have a license and doesn't even know how to ride. But I guess I probably sold bikes to people who, I don't know. There was the one time, I don't know if I ever shared this story. I might do a video on it at one point. I sold a Yamaha Roadstar Warrior. Way back in the day when I was first getting into buying and selling motorcycles, I met the dude at a grocery store parking lot, and he pulled up, and I just had kind of a feeling when I met the kid, and I say kid because I'm pretty sure he was younger than me at the time, and I was only like 22, so he was probably like 19 years old. He showed up with his buddy to look at this Roadstar Warrior, which if you don't know, that's a 1700cc beast of a motorcycle. Like, the Warrior is not a bike for a beginner typically, I would say. Anyway, he came to look at the bike, and this was one of the few cases where I told the kid, I said, if you want to do a test ride, I need all the cash in hand. And I think I even had him wear a helmet that I had, since he didn't bring his own helmet. And I didn't have a great feeling about it, but I was holding the cash. And he got on the bike, and I'm like, you know how to ride, bro? Because this is not like a beginner bike. He's like, oh yeah, dude, I know what I'm doing. Homeboy jumps on the bike, starts it up, puts it into gear, and it was like the classic rev, accelerate, like open up the throttle, dump the clutch, and freaking took off. And he crashed between, he ran into his own truck, like his foot peg bashed into the like lower, I guess it'd be front skirt or bumper of his own truck. And I don't know, luckily by the grace of God, he didn't like rip through and crash into a wall or anything else and didn't get hurt. But it was one of those things where I'm glad I followed my gut, or trusted my gut, or my intuition, whatever you want to call it, in that case, and had the cash in hand. Otherwise I would have been freaking out even more. Anyway, at that point, I went and I talked to the dude. I was like, bro, powerful bike, like, you got to take it easy. I don't know. Looking back, I was young and dumb. He was young and dumb. We should have probably, he shouldn't even have ridden the bike. But he ended up doing his little test drive, survived, and I took the cash and sold him the motorcycle. So I guess I'm a bit oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Hypocritical? It's a bit hypocritical of me to judge the dealership for selling a newbie this bike when I've been guilty of doing it myself. But in my wiser years now, I don't know that I would be able to do that in good conscience. Anyway, but yeah, so this bike, what was I getting at? I told my buddy, well, he hit me up, he's like, hey, I got this bike, this is what's going on, I want to sell it. And at this point already, I haven't been buying and selling bikes in a long time. So I told him that, but I said, hey, I'd be glad to help you, take some pictures, get it posted for you, kind of help you get it sold in that regard. So I went over, did the pictures, and then at that point he was like, yeah, I was kind of hoping you'd just help it sell it for me. And I was like, yeah, whatever, you know, I'll throw a post on Facebook Marketplace, I'll have it in the garage, and we'll see if we can sell it. And I can't believe how hard it has been for me to try and sell this bike. I don't know exactly what the reason is. I don't know if it's like a lack of motivation because I'm not making money off of it. Um, it's just such a headache for me now. Even the thought of throwing up a Facebook post, the thought of corresponding and replying to messages and trying to meet up with somebody, taking time out of my day because I'm busy doing all my other stuff. Anyway, I hit up my buddy. I was like, dude, truth be told, man, between work and family and other things I'm doing, this is just not a priority for me. And so I've had it sitting here for a while now, and I hit him up like over a month ago, and I basically told him like it's very difficult for me to make this a priority. I haven't gotten it sold yet, and so, how do you want to proceed? And he told me, he's like, hey, I get it, no worries, just keep posting it, do what you can, and if we can get rid of it, we can get rid of it. So it's crazy, bro. I used to sell multiple bikes in a week sometimes, and now I barely have the motivation or drive or ability to stick with it to sell one bike this year. Truthfully. And the life decisions I've been making have been to get me, well, I always hustled motorcycles as a side gig. It was almost one of those things where, to help provide that additional income, and it was hard not to do it because, I could flip a bike and make 800 to $1,000, and sometimes you could do that in a matter of 1 or 2 days, right? So at the time, it made sense for me to do it, whereas now I've shifted my focus and my lifestyle's a little different, where I don't want to rely on doing this, or I don't want to have to do this. I kind of got burnt out of buying and selling motorcycles, which I've talked about on the channel before, and some of the reasoning behind that. So anyway, the decisions I've been making in the last couple years have really been to set myself up to where something that back in the day was appealing, or something I did back in the day like flipping motorcycles, I've been trying to set myself up to where I don't have to do that or rely on that or fall back on that anymore moving forward. So anyway, it has been hard to sell a motorcycle, which is wild. But that's basically where we're at for right now. Man, my arm even holding up this camera is like getting sore. I'm not used to this YouTube game like I used to be, man. But yeah, there's a little update on the garage, and I'm excited to get this mountain bike out. Sneak peek. I know you guys are sick of the mountain bike stuff, but, well, some of you might be, some of you might love it. I don't know. But yeah, as far as the, well, yeah, that's where we're at. So, like and subscribe if you dig it. Appreciate the support. And catch you guys on the next one. Adios, nos vemos.